What's up?
Baby, let's go.
Welcome to our website. We've got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
The moon, the stars, the sky. Come on closer, baby, let the lights go out. Yeah. We fall and then we rise. No more alibis, I wanna hide now. Yeah. Fall into the fire, baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, or we could shine the light, hey. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Walk a straight line, how many fingers? An ecstasy, fragrance lingers, yeah. And those endless conversations, and you feel it floating now. I finally got you, and I'm following you into the fire. Baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, or we could shine the light, yeah. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Hold me up, cause you never wanna drop me, not me. Got the key, dancing to unlock me. Side to side, know their fingers don't faze me. Crazy to say, but nothing gonna stop me. You're talking to get you. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you. You should say what you say. Oh, come on, get it on come on, get it on. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Show you, let me show you pure love, pure love.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to a beautiful Friday afternoon.
Friday.
And it's funny because I had just paid a compliment to the kids in studio saying that is an amazing job today. And we're kaplunk.
As soon as the words came out of your mouth, Batman, you got to change your hat back, is what I think.
Why? I feel like
Because you've changed the whole shift of energy with the baseball hat. It's just, it's your aura.
Came in very dark,
Tracy asked me today, she texted me this morning, she goes, what was with that energy today? I'm like, oh, you're feeling Freddie through the phone. He was a little spicy this morning. Rawr!
I don't know what they're talking about, but thank you for watching. If you're watching today's show, share it out. I don't know what they're talking about. Vinny, do you have the picture that we sent? Let's put that up right away, baby. Let's get this party started.
Funkin' Fresh Friday. We got Dr. Laura, who's been on the line with us for 30 minutes. We're going to bring her over.
We're going to bring her over 1 second. I just want Dr. Laura to know
what the boys have been doing,
what the pressure we are under, and the reason why we're late today. And the reason that this is what it is, how it is, and why it is. And there's the picture. How many Puerto Ricans does it take to put up
it's horrifying, isn't it, Tracy?
a piece of art? And that's me. That's me at the bottom holding with one arm the art and the other arm slick. And that would be Dan holding Vinny's legs on the ladder. So he didn't fall.
What happened to Blake, by the way?
Blake came at the end, and we got rid of him because he bent over to pick up a nail, and then he got stuck underneath the ladder, and we had to move the ladder.
So where'd he go, though?
They're in there doing voiceovers for a commercial.
Oh, okay, he's still here. And you got Reggie there also.
Reggie's doing the voiceover.
Okay, and you got Riley over there.
I don't know what the hell Riley's doing.
Riley.
Riley, what are you doing, Riley?
Huh?
There you go.
We're going to call him Cracker Barrel, too. Huh?
Oh, God. It's a male-female version of Cracker Barrel. All right, so you want to bring over Dr. Laura?
Yes, let's bring over Dr. Laura Ellick, who is joining us for our fun Friday. Look, she's got a board behind her. That's scary. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hi, guys. I have a friend here with me. Shh. 1 second. I have a friend.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm at work, you know. This is my friend Victoria. She works with us here at Teacher. She wanted to pop in and say hi.
Hi, Victoria. Nice to meet you.
Absolutely. We love that you guys are doing this. Dr. Ellick is everything for us.
Dr. Ellick, we were trying to get a Dr. Ellick bobblehead doll made, so we're working on that, actually.
Awesome. Pleasure meeting you all. Have
nice to meet you. Have a great weekend.
Now, Dr. Laura, I have discovered a niche in our studio to put a sofa.
It's going next to the meditation
So when
cushion?
you come, yes, it's going right there with the meditation piece. That is the perfect niche for the doc to do her business, and there'll be a camera in that position there.
Love it.
What do you got going on the board behind you?
Oh, so I was doing a little bit of a lecture today because we have people who come in with all different levels of education. And we were talking about some healthcare issues and the differences between viruses and bacteria and sexually transmitted diseases. So this is what I do for fun on a Friday.
You do all of that?
Yep.
So more than the mental health, you do everything.
Well, your physical health is part of your mental health.
True that. And
right?
vice versa.
I mean, we've seen that with COVID, obviously, but, you know, sexual health is really important, too.
It's a whole nother level of Dr. Laura that you didn't know about. You can leave him speechless.
Wow. Is there anything you don't do?
I don't play golf.
Now, what about miniature golf?
Not so much.
Wow, she's like in everything.
So what are you seeing that's happening this week? Things are changing. There's enormous amount of gun violence going on. And I know you're working in an addiction center, recovery center. Mm-hmm. What's going on with people there? What are they feeling? Or are they feeling better? Is there more anxiety?
You know, we've been talking this entire week that there must be something going on with the moon. It has been a little bit wacky. And I look at trends on Facebook too, just in terms of people's anger and their responses and, you know, snippiness. People are on edge. I don't know what is going on.
We've got, I don't know if you guys have ever met. Have you ever met Dr. Laura? All right, Vinny, let's do a three-shot. Let's bring Tracy on. We've got Tracy McDonough, who has a healing wellness spa boutique here in Boca Raton.
Hi.
And she's sitting here shaking her head. So you think there's something going on with the moon and energy?
Oh yeah, energetically there's a lot going on right now. Every single one of my clients that are coming in are out of balance. And even myself, like keeping myself grounded this week has been interesting.
Very,
I
very.
saw someone post that they needed to actually ground themselves all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Before they could do what they had to do last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how's it turning out with your patients? What is it looking like?
We see a couple different things. I mean, on the good side, people are seeking out help because we're getting like a huge influx of admissions. My phone for my private practice, it's just ringing off the hook, which is great. People are seeking help. But by the same token, it's sad because that means that there are so many more people in distress.
But the good thing is, I was talking to one of our producers today, that people in recovery are in recovery because they have actually taken that step to seek help.
That's right.
And I was telling her, I said, there's so much respect for people that do that, because taking that step, whether you're going into recovery or just everyday life, to actually go and seek help, to work with your energy shifting, to work with your emotional state, your physical state, taking that step and that awareness of, I need some help, is tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it fits in with the sexual health.
Yeah, explain that whole thing. How does that fit in with sexual health?
Well, look, here's the thing, if people are feeling disconnected, right, your sexual health is going to suffer also. It's going to affect if there are difficulties in your relationships because of problems with intimacy, because your energy is off, because people are depressed or anxious. That's going to affect your sexual health and your sexual relationships. I mean, everything is related.
That is true. When you're on a high level of anxiety and stressed out and you're giving and trying to put out whatever you got to deal with, you're right. The intimacy and just getting back to, it's like when your kids finally go to bed at night when you've got little ones, and then your husband goes, "Oh, honey," and you're thinking, are you serious? Because no, I've given all day long. I'm just not giving anymore. But you work with people on that as well.
Exactly. And what we see, obviously, if you're using substances or using alcohol sexually, you're going to have problems too. So everything is related, and it's all about that body, mind, spirit interaction and getting balance on the triad. If you can get the balance, you're going to be feeling okay. And if one of them is out of whack, the other two sides are going to be out of whack as well.
What's some of the advice you give people then to get in balance?
I was in a group this week talking with some of my friends, and I said, sometimes you just can't yoga it away. So, one of the simple things that we say is try yoga, try meditation. That doesn't work for me. I have to be really honest. Sometimes you have to just allow yourself the ability to feel it, to scream, to yell, not at other people, but, to get rid of that energy appropriately, whether it's going outside and, taking a big bag of ice and like throwing it on the ground just to get out the anger. We're looking for a discharge of tension. Sometimes that's what you need to get back into balance, because we can't say a lot of things that we want to say right now. There's an overcorrectness in society about being politically correct, and you can't say this and you can't say that, and people will come after you, and Facebook trolls and all of that stuff. We're holding in a lot, and I think it throws off the entire energy.
I want to change the angle on it a little bit, because number one, to have somebody admit that they're going to need help is the first challenge, right? Because nobody wants to admit, well, nobody that I know would like to admit that they need help. The other thing is, when you're surrounded by people who make your change even more significant, because it's coming from people that you talk to or you rely to or you work with and everything else, and then confrontations begin to happen on different aspects of life, that turns you into a bigger funk. I think you saw that this morning. And it makes you even more funky, for lack of a better word. So now I started here and I'm here, and I still got to get up to be able to say, listen, Doc, I need some help. And I think that what's happening nowadays is that if you look on the news, you want to just like, I can't believe this is happening again, and this and this and that. And it's tough to get on top. It's tough to say, Tracy, I'm really having a bad day. I'm going to need some help here, or I need to call Doc or whatever, because you're so deep into this whole thing going on right now. I found out that the stimulus that they're talking about, the fourth stimulus, is a lie. It's a Google conspiracy that they put out there to try to alleviate people's minds. So people who are actually making plans for another stimulus, that's not coming. It isn't true at all.
Maybe people will get back to work.
But shouldn't we get back to work? Isn't that what we should be focused on?
You know, this is a difficult issue. It was an article in the newspaper yesterday about how can you motivate people to get back to work when they're making more on unemployment than they would be in some of the jobs that we have out there. It's a societal, systemic issue, and I wish I could do something about it, but I can't. And the people who are in charge aren't doing anything, can't do anything, whatever the reason happens to be. It's just not happening for people. And access to care and access to quality care then becomes a difficulty too, because you're not working in a job, you probably don't have health insurance, you're getting more into debt if you get sick or have a tragedy. It's a systemic collapse.
Well, tell us about the sexual health and intimacy, right? It's Friday. We usually have our Gubba Rum Fun Friday. But if people aren't having fun on the weekends and not releasing their energy somehow, or throwing a bag of ice, or going to Tracy to sit on the meditation cushion, which we're going to talk about, what's some advice to give them to get back to feeling that intimacy somehow?
Well, I see Freddie has an idea.
Yeah, that doesn't work in your office, though, so that'll have to work after hours for you.
I have to tell you, I'm really very into right now the idea of connection and conversation with people, just connecting on a different level. I've had some great conversations with people at work this week that have just been really fulfilling. Just being able to get back to not talking in drama COVID mode, but talking more about future plans unrelated to COVID. Like what's going on for the summer, what lectures are we doing, what plans do we have? I think in terms of relationships and getting back to some sort of sexual intimacy or any kind of intimacy in a relationship, it's beginning to refocus more on the good parts of the relationship and less on the crisis management, which we've been doing for like a year and a half.
What are you finding, Tracy?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of breath work with people. I mean, we talk about that all the time. And I like to teach people tapping because they can do it with me and then they can do it on their own. If I can teach them how to do it, and sometimes they'll even think I don't know how, even if you don't know how. If you just got the idea, it will really help because it kind of, interrupts that nervous system response. I do it myself. It makes me feel better.
Gotta get grounded.
I can tell you,
Yeah.
I have here on my desk all these little toys, not those kind of toys that you guys are thinking about. Like,
I was
So
curious.
we're talking about sexual health, right?
I know, sexual toys? What do you got going on there?
of stress toys, and I find that everybody who comes into my office now is reaching for something.
Yeah.
And even I find that I'm fidgeting a lot more during the day. And I know I must be secreting way more adrenaline and cortisol, which means I'm in fight or flight, because I'm breaking out a lot more. I can feel my hormones are out of whack. And again, going back to the healthcare system, finding a qualified dermatologist who can see you before July is crazy.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of change. I was saying something yesterday, and you said, "Stop saying that because it's not true. You're fine," right?
Yeah.
I had said the same thing, but energies are changing. Tracy picks it up over the phone. The level of anxiety that people are having, going back to school, end of school, graduation, Mother's Day. I heard something yesterday, a new show we're working with, and they said they have to wait to start until after Mother's Day because right now everyone is so focused on graduation, kids leaving for college, kids coming home from college, all of these things. And Mother's Day, I've never heard so much hype about Mother's Day before. Have you?
Well, I think moms deserve big medals this year, right? Because they are moms, they are working, they are teachers, they're doing everything this year,
That's interesting.
So I think a lot of people are recognizing that moms specifically have been under so much stress, and it's time to, give back a little.
I love it. I would just never think of it, but it seems to be popping up.
Popping up?
popping up. A lot of anxiety and a lot of
Do you
stress.
feel that there's more pressure on you? Well, recently your son just passed
Me?
the bar,
Yeah.
right? Your daughter's getting bigger, and you got us involved in this podcasting thing with the schools, which was a big deal, by the way. Do you feel that there's more pressure around you for stuff?
Oh yeah.
I could tell you yes. I'm glad you said that, because I'm gonna tell you, we all feel the pressure.
But it's leveling up, and that goes into business. It's what we talked about yesterday, is leveling up business. I love that we work hard, and I don't want to work less. I don't want to stop what I'm doing, but maybe it's working smarter. Maybe it's just redefining things. I never thought we'd be teaching in a school, let alone teaching an entire school. And this all came in the past week. So it's just shifting our time and our framework of what we get to do. And it's changed some of the time we have in studios, and then we have to maximize other time. It's just shifting the energies a little bit. Maybe you feel that too. Mm-hmm. But it's all good.
But Doc, if you ask to advance, you're gonna be doing more, no? I mean, it just one with the yin and the yang. If you want to get bigger, you're gonna have to do more.
Personally, I'm excited because I see that things are opening up. I have some plans for some business classes I want to take, and maybe an MBA. I'm not really sure yet. But now, for me, I see more opportunity. So for me, it's really exciting. But it can be overwhelming. You know, we've been locked down for a while. It's kind of unclear how the economy is going to be, how going to school is going to be. Are we going to stay online forever? Are we going to do hybrid forever? Now that we have that, will we go back? But personally, I happen to be excited, and I'm trying to tell people, look, we see light at the end of the tunnel, so let's make plans. This is the first time that we can finally start making plans.
And Tracy, you've been traveling more, locally, but traveling.
Yep, we traveled a little bit. And, you know, one of the things I do is massage, and I'm finding I'm getting a lot more calls. You know, people are not so afraid. You know, for a while, I lost several clients because they just weren't ready to be that close. And I'm getting a few more calls for that, which is nice because people really need to do something to relax. The meditation cushion.
Yeah, well, we're gonna
Is
get
it
to
working?
that. Yeah.
The brain tap's working.
Okay.
I don't think the vibration is. So one of the things I do is vibroacoustic sound therapy. So I work with a meditation cushion or sound bed, and I work with frequencies and music. So it's very beneficial, especially for someone like you. You said meditation doesn't do it for you, but this is not just meditation. It's the frequencies. I work with the brain tap, which is the blue photon light, and it helps to change the brainwave states a little bit. So once I can get someone in to do that and realize that they actually can meditate, with a little help, eventually I can teach them how they don't need to have that, or they can use the app and do it on their own. But it's just that first step, getting them in, and more people are, you know, starting to come in and look for more natural ways because they don't have health insurance, because they want things they can do at home. They want things that are not medication. You know, I have a lot of clients that are taking meds in the last year and just want to get off now, and they're nervous about it.
We should get Dr. Laura down to Tracy's.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we should totally do it. It's like training wheels for meditation. I love it.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, it's really interesting because Justin from Comcast sent me a report that there are more Northerners moving into Florida.
Sure.
And it's a fact because
Yeah.
if you look at what's happening in the real estate game, never in the history of Florida have the numbers of selling property and houses ever been at this pitch. Now, when I first came to Florida, there was no houses to be bought, but now there's a waiting list. So what's happening is you have a whole new cluster of clients available to you. So the interesting aspect of what's going on right now is that more and more new people are coming on to see what you do, to see what Doc does. And it's a great opportunity because you know how they used to go up north and this was a ghost town? It ain't gonna happen this time. People are actually staying here. Like I see the cars, right? Because I'm in Boca, I see the trucks that pick up the cars and take them. They ain't picking up nothing. They're dropping off cars, and the traffic has gotten tremendous.
Yeah.
So this is an opportunity. We have to write a book, a book on how to get back on track. And it explains in there how to do it psychologically, how to do it physically, how to do it slowly. And that's the survival kit. We should put a book on survival kit.
Yeah.
And tell people, you know, there's a right way, there's the wrong way, and then there's the other way, right? And if you do this, people will have this instruction on how to follow some of the things you do, how to get some help, how to ask for some help.
That's really important, Laura, is asking for help. And Tracy.
Yeah. Well,
people taking the time for themselves
Yes.
to actually,
yes.
I'm so busy, I can't make the time for myself, but I'm so stressed out because I'm so busy, but I can't make the time. And it's this hamster wheel that if we actually made the time for ourselves,
True.
then we wouldn't be feeling so much anxiety of I'm so busy, and actually just to stop and breathe.
Right. Well, that anxiety is turning into physical conditions, like even what we were talking about before with not being able to speak. You're going to find lots of thyroid issues coming up, right? Because that throat chakra is really taking a hit right now. And all the organs in this area, I have several clients that have come in and said, you know, they think I'm having a thyroid imbalance. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, no kidding, this year, you know. Yeah, and you know, so I'm a clinical social worker, so one of my favorite things to do is to connect, right? Connect to other services. So I'm so happy to actually see you in person.
Me too. I think that's fantastic. And that's what it's all about. It's really the connection, because we're stronger together than we are as any one individual.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, the sound bed and the meditation cushion, we put them in treatment centers. I work with several treatment centers. And
That's good. Yeah,
great
we'll have
for
to
their-
chat.
Yeah, yeah.
So that'll be a great connection. And the anxiety, the sexual health, all of that, we laugh about it, but it's true. And you're thinking, I just have no interest. Are you seeing it more in men or women specifically, or equal across the board?
I'm seeing it more in women, and I think that's because women have a tendency to play multiple roles, you know, more roles than men do. And so at the end of the day, they really are burnt out. What I'm also seeing is now a lot of the women who are in relationships during lockdown, that they're realizing now those relationships may not be good for them. Now they're seeking the treatment now. So I'm seeing a lot more of those kinds of women coming out of the woodwork too.
And I was thinking the other day, because you're talking about Aaron and Chelsea, you know, you're like a computer screen, all the tabs you have open. And all of a sudden I was able to start closing some tabs, and I'm sitting there, laying there, meditating, thinking, wow, think about all these years of doing what you do as a parent, and it's like college, law school, graduation, bar, click, tab, close. Like I could see closure on something. Chelsea and her job moving up, tab, close, and suddenly there's more room to do some other things. And I can almost breathe. Like in your heart, you can breathe. In your head, you're thinking, what is this strange feeling of, I just closed some tabs in my life? That there's maybe more time for me. But what do? I pick up more tabs on another side. But a lot of other people could actually say, let me go to Tracy. And so I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I could really use the massage, Tracy. I should, now that I've closed some of those tabs, I can now do some me tabs. You're working with people to focus on themselves now?
Absolutely, because, you know, mental, emotional health, all of the things that we talked about, that's part of self-care.
Yes.
People think that, oh, I can't focus on my emotional health, I can't focus on my sexual health. Well, why not? That's part of being a full human being, is having the full human experience. And if you're depressed or you're anxious, you're not having the full human experience. We don't think about not treating strep throat, right? So why wouldn't we treat depression or anxiety or anything else the same way?
It's the emotional health side, and we should really be treating it more, whatever you want to call it, emotional health, anxiety, me time, self-care. You can call it anything you want, but you got to get whole.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I say it all the time. So my center's a mind, body, spirit center, right? Because you can't just treat one part of the person, right? You can work out all you want, but if you don't eat well, it's not going to work for you. You can do whatever you can. Working out. People are working out like crazy to reduce stress, but they're causing so much oxidation and inflammation in their body, and they're not doing anything on the other side to calm all of that and detox all of that.
She's looking at me. So the more stressed I get, the more I run, and the more I run, the more my shoulders hurt. So what do I do next? So then I recover from my shoulders hurting. What do I do the next day? Then I got to run some more, because now I've built this up. I guess, and I can't just be me, clearly, because it's got to be the state. You don't run, I know. You just sit and relax.
You know, I
Look
get-
at him. He's looking at me like, huh?
I'm just sitting here amazed because I think about
Maybe because you're a guy.
maybe I don't know, maybe that's what it is, but I can't do anything about tomorrow yet. I can only do about today, and there's a lot of kids in here that we have to get things accomplished, and then when I go home, I may take a steam bath and relax, and I may take 5-10 minutes. You know, I may sit on Tracy's pillow over there and sit for 5-10 minutes. But the luxury of life is I've learned to sit and think and watch. Now you may think I'm just sitting there, but I'm actually recharging my brain, because in this business is a constant 24 go. You know, if I see an opportunity for Tracy, say, Tracy, like we did yesterday, call this person, can you talk to this person? And it's constantly going. And I'm introducing somebody to 12 different people. It wasn't here yesterday with Nicole. Trying to get everything in a short period of time. Because all I see right now is an opportunity. And I think that if these opportunities take place and you're able to take advantage of these opportunities for yourself, it's going to change you as a person. And then you got to relax. You got to find a different way to do it. You go see Tracy. You take whatever helps that she says, do this, do that. Or you need somebody to talk to. A lot of the kids in here, Doc, I find them talking to themselves. I mean, this is serious. And they're doing it because they're afraid sometimes to talk to people to get the whiplash back and say, you know, you want to hear the truth. A lot of people don't like hearing the truth sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
They're so far down in the hole, they're going to need this survival thing. I'm telling you, to me, it's
We need
survival
like a
101.
Dr. Laura survival kit.
Love it. Wouldn't that be great?
What would you put in it?
Oh my gosh. Well, the doll has to go in it. Right?
I need something to say. Oh, so now we're all in on the doll?
Yeah, let's do the doll. I mean, we would put some good essential oils in it, some stress tools, a gift certificate for a massage, maybe acupuncture or some sort of foot reflexology. I mean, a really nice self-care basket, I think would be amazing.
Maybe we can put a Mother's Day survival kit together between Tracy and Healing Moments and Dr. Laura. That might be kind of cool to package it.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
And we can promote it here in the cafe.
I kind of like that whole idea.
Now, you don't know what I did today. In between, when you saw me this morning, I was spilling water because I was refilling the diffuser.
I saw the water all over the floor.
But it's because I was putting the oils in the diffuser because I knew the morning we were going to have here, so I did. And Tracy leaves us amazing oils that Healing Moments puts together. So I put some of the Healing Moments oil, I put a little bit of lavender, a little bit of orange.
And I slipped and fractured a hip.
But I think that would be great to put a survival kit together.
Oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless because we can have one for moms, one for graduates, one for dads. I mean, everybody has specific needs depending on where they are developmentally and in their life journey. And everybody needs something a little bit different as they go on their journey.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
The infrared sauna. I get so many women that come in and they're like, oh, I don't know if I could sit in there. And they go in there and I have frequencies playing and I have the medical chromotherapy. And they come out and they're like, I never want to leave. And it's just, I watch people float out the door. I just love it.
It's amazing.
That's a
And
great
healing.
Mother's Day gift, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yep.
go to her.
Going to Tracy is a great Mother's Day
That's
gift.
a
Sound
nice
bed,
gift.
the beamer. Yeah, they all calm the nervous system. They're all good.
Put some packages together. And Dr. Laura, you're coming into studio in a couple weeks with someone from the center, right?
Yes, I am so excited to see you guys in person. It's been so long.
It's been a really long
It's
time.
going to be Dr. Laura Day. Can you imagine she puts her little bobblehead doll on the door when she has a client, and then it goes away when the client leaves? And that's what I'm going to do over there.
But look, just the two of you together, everyone's a whole lot calmer in here today. So
I know.
it's amazing.
That's true. That's very true.
How do people get in touch with you, Dr. Laura?
Go ahead and pop onto my website at www.lauraellick.com. Shoot me a text at 516-635-6186. I will get back to you, and if I can't help you, I will find someone who can.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know you got to get back to work. Lunchtime is over.
Yes, it is. I appreciate you all. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I want to say hi to Paramount Dance. They're saying hello. We haven't talked to them in a long time. Steve from New York Sound says hello. He has a big event on Sunday. Go to newyorksounds.com and check out his event for Sunday.
I think it's on the 26th,
24th.
24th, okay.
That would be Sunday?
And next Sunday.
Next Sunday. A week from this Sunday. Next week, not this week. And the festival in the land is going on tomorrow. It starts at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Miss Love is going to be singing on there. If you want to head on up north to do that, they got tickets available up there. I will tell you to take a raincoat because it's going to be Woodstock all over again, baby.
But things are opening up, and tonight there's open house at Space of Mind School up in Delray Beach. It is a phenomenal alternative school for kids ages 6 all the way up through high school seniors, and we have the great pleasure and honor to be able to teach podcasting from all of them.
It's an open house tonight, and we didn't advertise it all week.
I just found out about it yesterday.
It's communication. All week we go there, we teach in.
But there's an open house tonight from 5 to 8. So if you're looking for a new school or a change of pace for your kids to go into school, if you're moving here from up north, they'll even do trial days. And you met someone on Monday doing a trial day. A phenomenal school, and wait till you see this. Oh my gosh, if I could go back to school again.
Phenomenal. I wish I had a better word, but some of the things that are going on in this school are just incredible. The kids are incredible. The establishment is incredible. The teachers in there. I wish I had that when I was growing up. It's exactly what I needed.
And there'll be another one next month. So Space of Mind, right across from Old School Square, across the street from Dada and Old School Square in Delray. You can't miss it. It's a little beautiful schoolhouse. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we've got the 6P method to sell your business for huge profit with Michelle Sealer Tucker. So stay tuned. Tracy's going to stay with us. We'll be right back.
For over 30 years, the acute color sense and masterful presentations of this artist have inspired women worldwide. Barbara approaches each canvas as a gift, the freedom to create original forms in enticing, unconventional ways. Journeying from ritual-like color blocks to simplistic shapes, her palette ranges from the bold to the essence of calm. Barbara graduated magna cum laude from New York University. She studied at Cooper Union and the Boca Museum Art School. Her abstractations reside in public buildings and private homes in New York and Florida. Contact Barbara Silver at 917-757-0447 or by email at barsilver151@gmail.com. View her work at barbarasilvergallery.com.
The Spa Facial by Maria has amazing facials, body treatments, and sugar body waxing for any special occasion. All our spa treatments have organic and natural ingredients concentrated just for your skin. We guarantee all natural products help you with that extra feeling of zen. The Spa Facial offers organic facials, foot detox, aromatherapy, manscaping, and face and body waxing. Call the Spa Facial for your spa appointment with Maria at 954-213-5034 or visit her website at thespafacial.info.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
There seems to be a dog loose.
He's in Vegas.
Is there a loose dog in the studio?
Vinny's running the board.
I thought it was Studio B with all these guys in there, and they better come out of there with something done. Did you hear the latest?
On.
We're going back to the moon.
You
Did
going?
you hear this? It is a woman in charge of the space program to go to the moon. She was on the air today, and she was talking about, very elegant spoken lady, and she was talking about how old school they learn and now new school and they got to try new things. So welcome to the United States. This is what she says. So they got 3 things they're going to pick from. The third one, which is an unknown company, I never heard of them, is building a space house in the moon. They want to be able to use this over and over again, like they're doing with the rockets now. And they're doing this because they would like to go from the moon to Mars. And now, if that works,
You're going to go planet hopping?
it's going to be like Star Trek.
Nice.
And if these guys come out of that room
Beam me up,
with,
Scotty.
and with nothing done,
Which is probably going to
they
happen.
are going to be sent on this ship
After the moon.
to the moon.
It's been a week.
It's been a day.
It's been a week that they've been working on the same thing from last week, is all I can tell you.
My life. Okay, what do we got next?
We've got the 6P method to sell your business for huge profit, Exit Rich by Michelle Sealer Tucker. So let's bring her over, how to sell your business. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dawn. How are you?
Good, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And Freddie, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So we're selling businesses? Are we
Selling your
creating and
business.
selling, or are we selling old businesses? What's the deal?
Well, I specialize, I'm a mergers acquisitions master intermediary. I specialize in selling companies. I've been doing this for about 20 years. My company and I have sold over 1,000 businesses. And I specialize in buying, selling, fixing, growing companies. I buy businesses and flip them. Plus, I partner with business owners and help business owners fix their business, grow their business, and put them on a build-to-sell model.
Holy smokes. This is like that movie, Wall Street. What is that called?
The Wolf of Wall Street?
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, this is like a real life here. So you buy
Yeah,
big
but with
businesses-
women, but with women.
With women. Of course.
But of course, badam boom. But of course, with women, wow. So big businesses, multi-million-dollar businesses too?
Yeah, our sweet spot is businesses 10 million and up. My team does take smaller businesses, but my sweet spot is businesses that have an EBITDA, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, of $1 million and up. And we typically sell businesses for a purchase price of 10 million and up.
10 million up. And the interesting thing is, there's 2 different mindsets, I think. There's the mindset of people that go into business to scale up their business, to sell their business and start another one. And then there's the mindset of people that go into business to have a career, to have a business, don't often think about selling it. They run it a little bit differently and then think, oh gosh, I just listened to Michelle and maybe I have an option if I can scale it up and sell a business. Different mindsets, different types of people?
There is different mindset. I would say the biggest mindset is the latter that you just described. Most business owners start a business and they never really think about the end in mind. They never think about selling it. They think they're going to run it forever. They treat the business as their baby, and they really don't think about selling until a catastrophic event has occurred, whether that's internal or external. Internal meaning health issues, partner disputes, divorce, death, or this pandemic. And that's really the worst time to sell your business. The best time to sell is when your business is doing well and it's in its prime.
Are you bringing back businesses that were affected by the pandemic, building them up so other people can buy them. Is that the outline here?
Well, I was doing this way before the pandemic because even before the pandemic, most people don't realize that the business landscape in the United States has changed dramatically.
Okay.
When I wrote my very first book that you see on the back shelf here called Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth, I did the research and realized that 8 out of 10, businesses have been in business 1 to 5 years, startups. 95% of those businesses will go out of business, right? That's pretty much common knowledge.
Right.
But then when I wrote Exit Rich in 2019 and 2020, this book here, I did the research again and realized that the business landscape has actually flip-flopped. Now it's only 30% of startups will go out of business, but out of 27.6 million companies, those businesses that have been in business 10 years or longer, 70% of those businesses will go out of business. 70%.
Wow.
So you hear about like the big box companies, like the big public companies, Toys R Us, been in business 75 years, goes out of business. Kmart, JCPenney, Steinmart, Pier 1, Godiva closing down 1,500 locations. But what you're not hearing about are all the private companies on every street corner and every town and every state across our great nation. These businesses are unfortunately exiting poor. They're selling for pennies on the dollar, closing their business, or filing bankruptcy. So that's what my book, Exit Rich, is all about. It's about how to build a sustainable business that's scalable, and when you're ready, you actually have a sellable asset.
And you have it from the beginning. So from the moment you're starting your business, you're working on an exit strategy.
Exactly. So you should start your business, Dawn, with the end in mind. Meaning that when you start your business, determine what is your end game. When you want to drive somewhere, the first thing you do is you pull out your phone, you go to Google Maps, and you plug in
You're where your destination is, right?
your destination. The problem is most business owners have no destination. They have no idea where they're going. So they're driving around in circles, driving up and down the financial hills to end up nowhere. So you want to start the business with the end in mind. And you want to pick a number. So let's say you want to sell your business for $10 million. Just pick a number. So that's your destination is $10 million. Now what the STGPS exit model needs to know is where are you starting from? What's your current location? What's your current evaluation? And I don't know, you'd probably be surprised, Freddie, that most business owners have no idea what their business is worth. They never get a business evaluation. We go to the doctor once a year to make sure that our heart's still ticking and we're still kicking. But we don't make sure to get a business evaluation to see what our business is worth on our most valuable asset. There are events that increase business valuations and there are events that decrease business evaluations. So you want to make sure you know what your business is worth every year. So if you want to sell it for $10 million, let's say it's worth $1 million today. Now the third component you need to know is time frame. So let's say you want to sell it in 10 years. Then you need to know, well, who's my buyers going to be? There's 5 types of buyers. So 90% of buyers are first-time buyers. They don't buy $10 million companies. Then you have turnaround specialists. They buy distressed assets. So you got private equity groups, which will buy $10 million companies. Competitors and strategics are typically the best buyer because they pay the highest multiple of EBITDA. And then you've got sophisticated entrepreneurs, and they're industry agnostic. They chase EBITDA. So then you have to know, well, if I want to sell my business for $10 million, what do my numbers have to be? Where's my gross revenues need to be? Most importantly, where's my EBITDA, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization? Where does that have to be? And to sell a business for $10 million, you need to be between $1 to $2 million in EBITDA.
And it has to be real because it can't be, oh, I think it's worth.
Yes, and that's a problem, Freddie. Everybody comes to me and says, hey, I think my business is worth $20 million, and their EBITDA is $100,000 because the value that the owner comes up with is based upon what they need to retire on.
Exactly.
Or what they need to start their next adventure. It's not based upon the value of their actual business.
And what changes and what market it is.
Here. Amazing.
And what the other thing we noticed during COVID is people didn't sell their businesses, they just closed their businesses. You're looking for a change, and you don't say, you know, I'm going to sell it. Instead, it's just easier. I'm just going to close it, and all the equity you have in it is gone. You're going to get pennies on the dollar in your equipment if you can move the equipment. If not, you're donating it someplace, and everything you've put into it financially is gone because people are now just closing versus selling.
Right. And that's the worst thing you want to do because in many of those cases, the owner has a tremendous amount of debt. So they're going to end up filing bankruptcy. So you really don't want to close the business. You want to be able to sell that business. And in that GPS exit model, once we figure out what the financials need to be, then we figure out, well, what are the synergies that the buyers are looking to pay for? And then we help business owners build their solid infrastructure on what we call the ST6Ps.
And in your book, you've got a step-by-step strategy on how to do this blueprint for business profits and how to evaluate your business.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone can read this book and say, I've got some options.
Yes, this book is really for every business owner, entrepreneur, anyone thinking about buying or starting a business, because Exit Rich is not just about selling your business. 80% of businesses will never sell. That's according to Steve Forbes. And by the way, Steve Forbes endorsed my book, Exit Rich. But 80% don't sell. So you got 70% of businesses going out of business, and you got 80% that don't sell. So what you really have to do is build a sellable asset. You got to build the infrastructure on what I call the 6 Ps. The first P is people. You know, the number one reason businesses are not sellable is because most business owners have created a glorified job in which they go to work at every day versus a business that actually works for them. And if the business is 1,000% dependent upon the owner, then the business is not sellable. So we work with our clients to build that team, because you don't build a business, you build people and they build the business. So we work with our clients to make sure they have the right people in the right seats, and we ask the who question. Who opens the door? Who does with customer service, legal, accounting, manufacturing, logistics, transportation, etc.? The clue here, Don, is you should never be next to the who, because you want the business to run without you.
And we've talked about this. And actually, I said to Freddie yesterday, I said, you know what, this business ran without us yesterday because we had to do some other things. And at the end, we were still busy, but the logistics of the business, the shows went off, the lights are on, phone calls were answered, all of the things that needed to get done got done without us. And I said to you last night, we've actually have this team now that's in place to run a business for us to open another one or to do whatever else we need to be doing.
You know, it's interesting, Michelle, because I know where I want to be in terms of growing the businesses, and it has multiple levels and different directions. So I always wanted to do studios and make a network all over the U.S., like in New York and Chicago, L.A. And what I like to do is using the technology that we've been working on for 12 years is to bring that together globally and have a network. I was even talking about getting what they call the spine or the backbone of a network, like you see Facebook and things of that nature. And it's interesting that you bring up that companies sell, because sometimes you can pick up, but the timing has to be right. Different companies that do what we do for a living, you can actually pick up equipment, you can pick up contracts because they're leaving, they had enough, they're panicking, somebody's died, it's gotten worse. You can actually pick up not only the negative, but the positive of another company. So now that I meet her, it just gives me the juices again, and I want to expand in different ways.
But there's so many
Yeah,
businesses. Yeah, go ahead.
The best way to grow is through acquisitions.
Yep.
Because instead of starting, growing organically, you can go buy synergistic companies, and a lot of times you can use the assets of the business to purchase the business. You can leverage the assets of the business to purchase the business.
That's right.
Yeah, I actually have a couple opportunities for you, so reach out to me after the show.
Oh, I'm calling you. Let's go to commercial break. Absolutely. I mean, this is the wave of the future right here. Wow. Amazed.
Are there certain markets now that have higher tendency to sell or to be bought after the pandemic versus?
Everybody thinks it's about industry, and that's where the biggest, disconnect is, because it's not so much about the industry, it's about the EBITDA. And what that means is there are more buyers for good businesses than there are good businesses to buy. So when we have companies that have over $1 million in EBITDA, we have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of buyers for that one particular business, because there's more buyers at that level than there are buyers for businesses under $1 million in EBITDA. But manufacturing sells really well. Manufacturing, anything healthcare-wise, especially right now. Staffing is huge. IT, distribution. Those are some of the companies that are really selling right now.
It's really
but again, it's not about the industry, it's about the EBITDA. Go ahead.
we're sitting with Tracy, and you're looking to maybe change some things with your business. You know, selling versus closing versus moving.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm closing, but the structure might change.
Different choices. So it's a solopreneur business.
Yeah.
Does Michelle, what she does, make you look at things a little differently?
Yeah. I'm going to read the book. I'm going to read the book.
I'm juiced up because I think, and when we started with the whole virus thing and the pandemic and everything else, I said to Dawn, what I would like to do is expand. And we did. We actually grew. And with that growth, some people stayed with us, new people came with us. But now I want to push that whole thing into making it bigger. Maybe let's go down to North Miami and use that third studio and start to expand, because if people are going to stay in pockets, maybe we do what we do here in different places and see what happens.
But as businesses grow, Michelle, it's not just growing and doing. It's not just you and I running out and doing things. There actually should be a value to it when you're looking at scaling up your business to sell at the end game.
Well, yes. I mean, obviously you want to scale. Again, it goes back to that number, right? What do you want to sell your business for? 20 million, 30 million, whatever that number is. But I mean, yeah, you obviously want to grow, but you want to look at it strategically and reverse engineer your plan and say, okay, if I do all these things, what can I sell my business for? I mean, I've been in this industry for so long, I can pretty much tell you in any business where the numbers need to be, what synergies you need to build, what 6 Ps you really need to focus on, especially proprietary, which is our 4th P, and what exactly you need to do to get the numbers you want.
To objectively look at it. And I think back, my dad was a pediatrician, he was a solopreneur, and that was before everyone was all these conglomerate of healthcare. And by the time he was ready to sell, there was not a whole lot of value to what it was. There were heads on patients, but the value of the heads were small because it was pediatrics and it was Medicaid. He couldn't sell it at the time. And at the end, it had to be such a quick turnaround that he closed it and lost a lot of even the revenue that he had on equipment and furniture and all gone. It was just like take it and go. And you hope that we learn from those past mistakes, right? Not to make the same things again and put a plan in place going forward.
That's why it's so important to plan. And your father didn't probably plan, right? You know, business owners don't plan to fail, they fail to plan.
And doctors certainly didn't plan at the time.
Right. I mean, we have a dentist right now that came to us that's been in business 45 years, 1 dentist, 3 dental hygienists, and he wants to sell. And I said, you can't sell unless you're willing to stay on for 2 to 3 years. And he said, well, I'm not staying. I want to retire now. And I'm like, well, you can close your business because once you leave, the patients leave. Right. So Exit Rich is really all about planning from the beginning because, like you said, the value can go down dramatically. That's why you want to know what your business, I call it an evaluation checkup, an annual evaluation checkup. You want to know what your business is worth every single year because that way, at least you have a report card to tell you what you need to invest in, what you should do differently, what you should build upon, what you should maybe get rid of.
And how do you get that checkup? Is that something you and your company provides, or is it through your accountant? Yes. You do.
I would not do that through your accountant. Now, I love CPAs, so don't anybody get mad at me. But I wouldn't do it through your account because they don't specialize in selling companies. And, you know, doing an evaluation is more of an art rather than a science. And when we do evaluations, we look at 6 different methods. And one of those methods is the 6 Ps that we take our clients through. And if our clients have the proprietary assets and the synergies that private equity groups or strategics and competitors are willing to pay for, then we know we're going to get our client more. We'll go to the market without a price. We'll create a bidding war. But we really look for what buyers can take advantage of economies of scale. And like, for instance, we're selling a manufacturing business. And it has a distribution company that costs them $5 million a year. We have another manufacturing company that has distribution all over the United States. The first thing we can cut when the acquisition is done is that distribution center saving $5 million in overhead, increasing EBITDA from day one of the closing.
There's so much, wow, it's incredible. She networks on just a whole nother level.
Well, it is. It's interesting because if you think about what, you know, there's 2 positions. You could be in the sell position or you can be in the right buy position to grow what you're doing. It all depends on what you're looking to do. And then that strengthens your position. All of a sudden, when you sell, you've accumulated these extra assets correctly, because sometimes buying right is better than making money. That's how you make the money. And all of a sudden, you just went, like you reversed it and you went in this direction. But I get it. This is pretty good. Good stuff.
How do people get in touch with you? How do people get this book?
So everybody needs to go get the book. The book is actually coming out in June,
Okay.
But you don't have to wait till June to read it. You can go to exitrichbook.com right now. Exitrichbook.com. You can buy the book for $24.79, less than Amazon. We will email you the digital download immediately. Plus, we will ship the hardcover to your doorstep. Plus, we will give you a lifetime membership into the Exit Rich Book Club, where we have video training of me going into different techniques and strategies and doing deep dives, plus documents to run your business, such as non-competes, employee handbooks, policy and procedure manuals, and documents to sell your business. We have sample letter of intents, purchase agreements, we have closing docs, due diligence checklist. All of these documents are there for your review and your download, and all these documents will cost you over $30,000 to recreate if you go to your attorney. So they're all there for your use.
Well over 30,000. And all of
Yeah.
that you get with the purchase of this book.
Yes, plus a 30-day membership into my mastermind called Club CEOs, which is an entrepreneur mastermind where we ask those tough questions and we really help business owners build the value now so that they can sell and exit rich later.
Wow.
All for $24.79.
How did you become so passionate about this subject and this topic?
I've always been an entrepreneur. I've owned many different businesses in several different verticals. And I just love entrepreneurship. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I mean, what really gets me excited is to find out, how a business owner started a multi-million-dollar, multi-billion-dollar business with an 8th grade education out of their pickup truck or from their kitchen table or from their garage. And I just love entrepreneurship. Plus, it breaks my heart to see so many baby boomers, so many business owners going out of business and, having to file bankruptcy, because when you file bankruptcy, you don't just lose your business assets, you lose your personal assets too, because most business owners pierce the corporate veil. And that just breaks my heart, to see that business owners spend so much time, energy, effort, money in their business, and to lose everything is just so sad to me. Plus, small business is the backbone of our economy. There's 30.2 million businesses in the United States. And without small business, we don't have jobs. We lose jobs and we lose trading power and we lose more small businesses. So everybody needs to support small businesses.
That's what I was thinking when you said you closed this $5 million distribution center. All those people then that lost their jobs.
Now, they're not going to lose their jobs because they're going to be placed into other distribution centers.
I love that. You just made me so happy because you told me that. And I'm thinking, oh no.
I'm not about causing people to lose jobs at all.
I got to tell you,
we need spending power.
The movie was about that whole thing, about the old owner not wanting to squash things and people losing jobs. I mean, if you look at the movie, the way it went out, it's interesting. But, the game has changed. And I think that if you change your mindset, there's a lot of assets out there that you can take advantage of as well. And you got a leader here. I
got to tell you, the book and the documents alone,
it's worth it.
Well, $24.79, it's a no-brainer, right?
Absolutely.
We spend more money than that at McDonald's.
Is there a 1-800 number to get you when we read the book?
Yes, there's a 1-800 number all throughout the book. Plus, my main website is SalarTucker.com.
And give me the name of the website again to buy the book.
ExitRichBook.com.
Incredible.
I'm going to tell you, I want to get that.
More to come. We're going to contact you.
I want to just say a couple of things. Steve Forbes endorsed Exit Rich. Sharon Lecter is my co-author who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki. She's a 5-time New York Times bestselling author. She is a CPA, financial literacy expert, and an advisor to many different presidents. And she writes the Mentors Corner after each chapter. Plus, we have Kevin Harrington, original Shark on Shark Tank, that wrote the foreword for Exit Rich.
Incredible. And you've got so many great things in this book. Steve Forbes talks about the book. I mean, you name it. You've got the top of the top in business reading your book and recommending
Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Jack Canfield, yep.
I know you had Tracy at Jack Canfield's.
I love Jack Canfield.
Michelle, thank you so much. We're looking forward to reading the book.
John.
And
Thank you, Freddie. Thank
it
you,
all in.
Tracy.
Nice job.
have
Nice
a great
job.
weekend.
Thank you, Michelle.
Call me, Freddie.
Oh, yes,
you.
I am. I am. Absolutely.
Exit Rich, the 6P method to sell your business for a huge profit.
I got to tell you, it's all about the positioning. I'm excited. You lit up my Friday again.
You know what I'm going to hear in 30 seconds? Dawn.
But I got to tell you, Tracy, this is what I'm talking about. I think that if you feel healthy, you feel good about your senses, you feel good. I got my second shot. I'm not feeling bad. I feel good. And I want to do more. But you want to do more, like he said, correctly. I just think you're going to back up a truck and grow.
It's like we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know people say work smarter, not harder. I'm all in for hard work. Our crew is all in for hard work. But you want to make that hard work actually meaningful.
Yeah, but this is a different level.
You know what?
That's a different, what that lady was talking about today, that's the real game we talk about Meisner, we talk about big screens, we talk about BB&T, we talk about them things. She will show you how to get there.
You know what,
the
dotting your
correct
I's
way.
and crossing your T's, and solopreneur businesses, there's no reason they can't scale up to $1-2 million. Maybe not 10, but you know what?
1 or 2 million is a good start.
It's a good start, right?
And if you
Instead of starting, even just think about the equipment people have and the mindset and she's got policies and procedures and handbooks and documents and the things that small business starts to create. I know what I go through in creating things and updating and changing verbiage to include. It's already all for the price of the book.
It is, but there's opportunities out there that await you to expand your growth and knowledge and visibility doing it correctly. So yeah, we got to give Michelle a call.
More to come. All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, Tracy, we got to check out this vibrational cushion. Meditation cushion. She's got the brain tap, and we've got Steve Gubb coming in at the perfect time for the brain tap.
Oh, yes.
So stay tuned. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, and we'll be right back.
You need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there.
Dr. Laura Ellick, a licensed psychologist practicing in both Florida and New York with over 20 years of experience, addresses the negative thoughts that are keeping you stuck in your lifestyle patterns. Dr. Ellick works with children, teens, and adults, from anxiety and depression to eating disorders, addiction recovery, and medical issues. Making a deep interpersonal connection is a magical part of the therapeutic relationship. Contact Dr. Laura at 516-635-6186 or at Laura Ellick, ELLICK.com for a personalized consultation. It's time to remove the blocks that are preventing you from achieving your dreams. Call Dr. Laura Ellick at 516-635-6186 or at LAURAELLICK.com.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors, and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Cafe. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I'm looking at businesses.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe. It's a different kind of Friday here. We had a lot of virtual guests. There's actually an ice skating show today in Lake Worth. We were supposed to be able to interview some of the ice skaters, 3 incredible Olympians, but they are deep in dress rehearsal. But check that out if you are into ice skating. Tracy is joining us. We've got Slick on, what is this, a meditation cushion? All right, let's check this out. So tell us what you're doing over there. You need a mic? Let's get Tracy.
Where'd the mic go?
It's right on the table.
Oh, that's helpful. It's under Slick's legs.
Yes.
Should I stay here? Yeah. So explain the process of what you're doing with Slick here.
Okay, so vibroacoustic therapy, we talk about it all the time. Listening to music with frequencies, sitting on a cushion or laying on a bed that's vibrating at the same frequency. And with this, we're using the brain tap. Brain tap is blue photon lights into the eyes and the ears. So the whole purpose of this is to change the brainwave states, to bring people into alpha brainwave states, which are meditative states. So for people, like Dr. Laura was saying, she can't calm herself to relax, this is a great way, either just with the meditation cushion and music, or what we call the cocoon experience, which is the vibration, the music, the frequencies, and the blue lights. So the brain tap is very calming and relaxing to the brain. So now the brain is hearing the frequency as music, feeling and recording the frequency as blue lights in the brain and the ears, and the body feels the frequency as vibration.
So he's hearing something and seeing something.
He's listening to music. The blue lights are in his eyes and ears. The meditation cushion is vibrating at the same frequency. And we're listening to a track called I Am in Tune.
Now, can he hear us?
I don't think the music's that loud, so he probably can hear us. You know, sometimes if we have the
I can, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it
a little
feel
bit, yeah. But it's nice though. Like, I like it's very, I'll say, on my side, it's giving me like more alert to the point that I know what I'm gonna tell the guys when I get back into the room.
I think initially when it's new to someone, because even though your eyes are closed, you're seeing that light, which, by the way, this isn't for people that might be prone to seizures, right? Because we know that strobe lights are not really good. But although I don't know the data on the brain tap and seizures, specifically, but in general, I wouldn't put someone that might be prone.
His eyes open?
No, his eyes are closed. But what happens is initially now, so the music is different. The vibration from the cushion would be different, but the lights, it takes a little while for your brain to go, oh wow, look at those lights. But what happens is now your brain and your body get entrained from the frequencies, and all of a sudden, you're not really there anymore. It's like your brain gets caught, your body gets entrained, and all of a sudden you've done the sound bit before, right? Same thing, but now we're adding what we call the cocoon experience, the brain tap.
So all your sensations, right? Is it calming you down, Slick?
He's gone.
It will. Like in the beginning, it's still, it's a little stimulating at first, but then all of a sudden.
How long would that?
So it
stay
depends on the
around?
tracks. I have tracks that are 11-11, 22-22, 33-33. So it depends on how long I put someone on.
Gotcha.
I put Martin on it on Sunday, and he was out for about 22 minutes, and then he got up. And he did a few things, and he said, "I'm so relaxed." And he went and sat on the couch and just took a little nap, like just relaxed.
I wonder if Vinny, and he can hear us, Vinny was maybe the most hyper guy in the building, if this would slow him down a little bit.
But is it necessary you want to slow them down, or you want them just
Calm
to get
them
in
down.
touch
No,
with?
it's so it helps you become more present within your own self. It's like meditating, right? Meditating is not something that makes you so relaxed you can't do anything. Meditating clears the fog. It helps you become more present and more entrained, more focused, right? You become more focused, more calm, but you still have energy. You're getting rid of all the extra noise. I heard someone say, brain tap we call brushing the brain. It's really biohacking the brain, right? It's really taking that brain wave into that brain state out of fight or flight and into a more calm, restorative, regenerative,
Which is important
meditative
nowadays
state.
because that's what's going on right now.
That's what we were just
Everybody has
talking
that
about.
whole,
Yeah, everybody's in fight or flight. That sympathetic nervous system is kicking, so it takes us down into a more relaxed state. In some cases, it can take you way down. Alpha is more of a calm meditative state, and then there are deeper levels where it actually is almost like a sleep state, but you're not sleeping.
And this is good for anyone.
Anyone, yeah.
Slick, how you feeling?
He's gone.
Yeah.
Is he sleeping?
Not really. He's in a
He's
little
asleep,
twilight.
Lynn.
He's in a very relaxed
Wow, I
state.
feel like
He's
this is like a movie.
Look,
he's
he's about
listening
you
to
see his head
frequencies.
bobbing?
So the frequencies that he's listening to, this specific track, is a recipe of frequencies, and it's called "I Am in Tune." See, it's just finished. So we did the.
Yeah,
So
that
did you
was.
fall asleep?
No, it was amazing. Like it was a nice, I'll say a nice reset. To be honest with you.
And he loves the sound bed. He's been on the sound bed.
Yeah, I love the sound bed. I mean, being that I only been on it once, I should have been on it more than that. But
Yes.
it's very
You've changed.
it really resets you.
You changed.
The sound bed really puts me to sleep. Though.
It looks
I
like
try,
you're
I
ready
try
to
to
go to
stay up
sleep.
on the sound bed, but it's like it I don't know. It just crawls on you. Like you try not to, but the trip is like it's very resetting. And I know what to say to the guys when I get back in there.
Now you know what to say
See,
to them?
Yeah.
see, he appears very, very calm most of the time, but inside, I don't think that's always the case.
Yes.
No, it's
So,
not.
so for someone like
It's about to
him,
be
this
tested
isn't.
too. No, it's not.
For someone like him, it's amazing because you might not notice, but he will notice.
That's amazing. So maybe we should put this in part of your survival kit.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely
absolutely.
number one.
Yeah. And you can use the brain tap on its own. Like I take it home and put Martin on it, but we do it with the sound bed or the meditation cushion, and we call it the cocoon experience. It's amazing, and I'd love to get Craig on next week to explain more.
Monday, right?
They developed the meditation cushion and the sound bed. So.
Okay, so maybe we can do it Monday with him.
This was nice.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Slick.
No problem.
All right, good.
So I have it as a service, but I also sell them. I actually sold one last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or you can buy the glasses.
You can buy the glasses, you can buy the meditation
Everything.
cushion, you can buy the sound bed.
Separately or all together.
Right.
Right, either
And
way.
this is the number, Tracy?
Is that my number yet?
Give Tracy a call,
That's my number.
561-931-2187.
Very
Maybe
cool.
you want to try it out.
You should try it. Yes.
Oh, I could
You
use
were. He woke up with some bad frequencies
No,
today.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
But we're talking about fog, and let's
Bring
bring
Steve
in
over?
Steve Gubb, Mr.
All right,
Fog.
let's bring over Mr. Gubb over. Well, he's
Let's
coming
bring in
in
Mr.
soon.
Gubb.
Maybe we should get Steve over to Tracy's.
Speaking of fog, here I am.
Perfect segue, Steve. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you. You know, Dawn, it's funny you were mentioning that you had some ice skaters that you were either going to have on the show today or whatever. You'll be very happy to know that we now have about 2 inches of snow on the ground because it's been snowing here all morning.
Wow.
You know, I got a couple of things I want to ask you.
Please.
Last Friday, you went on an appointment, so we couldn't talk to you.
That's correct.
Okay, so then you have to do a reschedule because I need to talk to you at least once a week.
Well, had I known, I would have had my people call your people, and
So now you know.
somebody could have taken a meeting. We could have taken a meeting and over lunch and cocktails.
Now you know. The second thing is you got to stop the rain because my Mets can't play, and it's raining in Boston, it's raining in New York. Now it's going to snow in Colorado. What the hell is that?
First of all, my understanding is that your Mets can't play on a sunny day, never mind a rainy day. That's
Well, we're in first place, so that's okay.
Excuse me. So are the former world champion Boston Red Sox, also in first place.
That's right.
But
we're gonna meet you in
let's
the big house. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, you sent me something on Facebook of a young lady who said hello from
Hawaii,
to us from Hawaii yesterday.
Yes.
And you don't send me any information, and how do I communicate with her?
Well, you can certainly communicate with her via Facebook. You can message her on her Facebook account through your Facebook account. If you review, just do a brief review of her Facebook timeline, she's got a number of videos that explain clearly what her circumstances, her recent life experiences, and what she does now. You will find her, judging by a number of the guests you like to have on your show, people who can really help other people, she'd be wonderful on your show. I say this to Dawn, I say it, Freddie, to you. She's a great person. She's got quite a story, and she can be very helpful to the folks in your audience.
All right, so we'll have to check that out and bring her in.
We have to bring her in. And also, I love what you're doing in Hawaii with Ronnie and all the gang out there. I would love to bring them into studio via the internet so we can meet them, because you ain't never met anything until you meet Ronnie. Holy smokes. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. You got to be on your toes when you're hanging out with Ronnie. He is the Hawaiian boogeyman. And now, Dawn, you know I love you, but we're going to have to work on something with you. When Ronnie's on, and I talked to Ronnie about this just yesterday, and we were hysterical laughing. You know, the way you have to do Ronnie's presentation is you got to be dancing, you got to be grooving, and you got to go boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka laka. When you sit there in your grace and your class and your style and say boom shakalaka, boom, we're not feeling the love and we're not feeling the emotion. So we're going to work on this with you. Okay, we're gonna have the right people talking to you, and we're gonna bring you up to speed on this.
Oh,
okay.
You know, Ronnie reminds me of Wolfman Jack from the day.
Yeah,
you remember Wolfman Jack?
I remember Wolfman. I remember the Wolfman very well. In fact, yesterday I caught American Graffiti, and he was one of the stars of American Graffiti, the great movie by George Lucas. He was a true, unique piece of work. He was the best.
I guess Ronnie is too, huh? That's what you're telling me based on
Ronnie is another.
I think I have a good idea.
Ronnie is a piece of work too, but I will tell you, Ronnie has one of the biggest hearts of anybody you'll ever meet. He really does. He's a great guy. He is one of the more honest people I've ever met in my travels over the last 10 years. I like him a lot. I consider him to be a very good friend.
Awesome. All right. Well,
I really do.
And when are you coming into town?
I am coming in time for your show this coming Friday, 1 week from today.
Wow.
Really?
I hope if you have space on your couch for me this coming Friday.
I got a couch here.
Well, that's what I need. I will come and sit with you and in person, live in color at the AMP 2 studios in Boca Raton, Florida, which of course broadcast worldwide. Can't wait. I can't tell you how excited I am.
How long are you going to be here?
For a week.
We got a lot of work to do for a week.
We got
Captain Tiny.
Yes.
We got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of people to see. Dawn, you had mentioned an event on, was it April 30th that you might want to do, Friday evening?
We had talked about doing something with the artists and everything. We hadn't booked it because we didn't know what was happening, but we can certainly maybe do some sort of open house or something in a couple weeks.
We could do that. We also have a new production studio that we're going to be bringing into us with Captain Tiny, and maybe we make the Gubba Pirate.
The Gubba Pirate? Well, definitely, you can't have a pirate ship without some Gubba goals.
Yeah, because we have Captain Morgan, but we're going to make it Captain Gubba.
Definitely have for sure.
Yeah, please be careful. I can see the letter I'm getting that's going to say, "Dear defendant, the captain is not happy with your use of his name," and I don't want to get that letter.
Wow.
You send all letters to me. I take care of everything. You send it to me.
Yeah, you got a group of people that can handle those things.
I got a lot of people.
You got people.
That's
You
right.
got people.
We got people.
You got people.
I know some people.
I want to, if you permit me, I want to give a shout out to some friends of mine. Last night, a place 40 miles west of Boston called the One-Eyed Jack's Tiki Bar in Worcester, Massachusetts, reopened after being closed for several months due to COVID. Not because anybody at their place had COVID, but because those were the regulations here. They reopened last night. I had the pleasure of sitting at their bar. I was among the first few people sitting at their bar in any time, because they opened last August, and at that time nobody could sit at a bar up here in Massachusetts. I had just a fabulous frozen Mai Tai, the most fabulous frozen Mai Tai, along with an order of lobster rangoon, and the folks next to me were eating teriyaki shrimp and all sorts of fabulous food. And we bought a round of Gubba Silver shots for them. Everybody loved the rum. We just had a great time at the bar. And if anybody is listening to the show right now in Massachusetts, go to visit One-Eyed Jack's Tiki Bar in Worcester, Massachusetts. They are fabulous people, real nice. They are survivors of COVID. And we got to support it's a small business in Worcester. Got to support the small business local people. They're just great.
Absolutely. We should maybe interview them one day on the internet as well.
Yeah, we can also bring them in when you go there, right off your phone.
They'd appreciate that. They'd appreciate that.
We should do that. We also went up to, Blake went up to Artful Dodger, and they made a drink. We asked Barbara to make a drink on standby. In other words, right off the top of the keys. And
Give me a lemon?
Give me a lemon, and it has the silver, the other bottle, in it. And it did really, really well that day. Everybody was drinking it. Yeah, it did really, really well, which was really nice. So we're thinking about doing more of that around different places. You remember in New York what a piragua truck was?
I do not. You got me on that.
Scratch the ice, and then you make the cones, snow cones.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What's it called? Piraguas.
That one, I haven't heard that term, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You could put this in ice, like an ice cone, like a snow cone. You can drink this direct. This is unbelievable.
Thank you, thank you very much. Yeah, the folks who were sitting with me last night, they really enjoyed the rum. They were ready to walk over to the liquor store across the street and buy it. It was great.
We actually met a new liquor store. We should bring him in next Friday.
Yes, if you're gonna be here, we're gonna bring him in next Friday. We'll go get him. We got a lot of people coming to meet, my friend.
That's all right. I'm going to, get the hands ready for shaking and everything else. I'm ready to come to the free state of Florida.
And it's warm here. It's beautiful here. It's going to be like summer. I think it's going to be in the 90s,
It's gonna be in the 90s
this weekend.
yeah.
I have a couple of new shirts I'm going to wear down. I'm very excited. My Hawaiian shirt wardrobe has expanded.
You like his Hawaiian shirt, Slick? He'll be in town next week. Slick, he's going to be in town next week. Yep.
Gubba will be in the house on Friday.
That's Friday, and my plan is to be with you next Friday and the weekend after. So I'm really.
Well, you're going to be with us all week. All week you'll be.
We got to make sure Amy's in the house too.
Oh, Amy has to meet you. She says she wants you to sign her empty bottle.
We actually have a Christmas present for him that we have to give him now.
Yes. So we have a whole bunch of people that want to come here. Tracy down here will talk to different people to come in and talk to you.
I'm looking forward to talking to Tracy. That'll be fun. And I have some news to you about some things to tell you. We'll talk about it off the air. But there are good things happening, and we just got to expedite these good things and get things rolling.
Very exciting.
That's good stuff.
Wow. Wayne was in yesterday because, happy birthday, Wayne Henry. He is not here today. He's on vacation. So he was in yesterday.
Right. I wished him a happy birthday. I forget exactly what I said. I hope he laughed as opposed to wanting to kill me. But I said, drink with dignity while you're away. And I certainly wished him a happy birthday.
Wow.
Drink with dignity.
He and Ronnie together, I'm a little afraid I might not make it on that set.
Yeah, you're making it.
You think?
Yeah.
He's thinking about it. He's like, I'm not so sure.
I had a partner when I started all of this who was just like Ronnie.
Yes.
Maybe even worse.
I remember him well.
Ronnie would probably be cooler. This other guy was just a maniac.
But it was a funny show, is all I can tell you.
It was a funny show. It was a maniac funny show. But it's going to be good to see you again.
It will be my pleasure. I really am looking forward to being with you, and I appreciate the invitation, number one, and I appreciate the fact that we met on March 16th a year ago, and we have been prevented from getting together since then. And I'm really excited about being able to come down. I think we can. I'm looking forward to what we can do.
I'm looking forward to you getting out of there and coming down here also. Means we see things are opening up, people are doing more things, and you realize more and more that is what is happening.
You know,
I know. She's had 3 people on that mat already.
I see that, but I think this guy's unconscious.
I don't
he's
think
gone.
so.
Yeah, he's gone.
She did Val also, a meditation cushion.
We're going to
He's
put
tall.
you on this blue light system to slow your brain waves down.
He hears you, by the way.
I hope I hope it helps me be in contact with my alien friends out in the ether of the solar system.
Well, that's.
Did you apply to go to the moon?
Something's burning, you guys.
I already have a condo up there, so I'm ready to go.
Smell that?
I just need to ride.
Something's burning, you guys?
All right. We need to go to commercial break because I need to figure out what's going on.
Don't think there's a fire.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Get out of your chair, Batman.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or 2. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios that will set the venue for any media application. We offer remote services as a radio or TV production and continue to grow new venues to bring your ideas to life. We also specialize in video and photo content for social media. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation, staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
In Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Fire
Where's
diverted.
Steve?
Where's Steve Gubb?
Put Steve up.
Maybe he left.
Steve, where'd you go, Steve?
Oh, I'm here.
Hey, Steve. So she went to the back thinking there was a fire or something. I grabbed my safety cushion and I was running out the door.
You notice he doesn't often get up out of his chair.
I wasn't running out of my chair unless I had
Running,
to.
He just didn't even look. He was like, okay. Here I am running around looking for the smell of what's burning.
So she thinks something's burning, so I grabbed my gubba and I says, okay, I'm out.
You're safety first, Freddie. Safety first.
Yes, I can't make sure safety. I put this outside and came back in.
And Tracy's done this meditation brain tap on half our crew. And they've mellowed them out so much that I'm screaming fire and they all go,
They're not moving.
huh? As if no one moves, no one gets up. They're all, the one person who really needs it, she didn't even do it.
Nobody moves except Dawn. She's running around like a rabbit.
Pretty much.
I
that's how
take it there's
goes.
been, everything is under control, I take it.
Yes, they were using the microwave,
It
is
was
what
a
I
hot
think it
pocket.
was. You didn't smell it? Well, I'm glad you're going to be joining us. We want to introduce you to the liquor store, have new mom come in with Hard Rock, and
Yeah, we have a bunch of people we want you to meet.
you bringing your wife in?
She is not coming down. She's working.
Okay, come in on your own?
As I typically do, that's correct.
Very nice. Well, we look forward to seeing you again.
Be my pleasure. I can't wait.
Get your Gubba weekend on,
Don't
as
be
Freddie
surprised
says.
if you have to extend your stay, but hopefully things are another notch up, because things are moving along here, little by little. And I guess they must have bombarded Florida with every shot in the world because everybody down here is getting it. Unlike other states that have decided not to take their shots, and they have backed up the system. Did you see this yesterday? So they're bringing them down here. Okay, no problem.
You know, everyone's
Works for
got to do
me.
what they can. And stay
Works
safe.
for
Maybe
me.
we'll
Let's-
bring Ronnie in next week.
Tell Ronnie to fly in from Hawaii.
He wants me to fly out there.
No, you tell him when you fly, we all fly. We all going out there.
That's what we'll do.
Can you imagine?
That's what we'll do. That's a great idea. Broadcasting live from Waikiki Beach. It's the Brooklyn Cafe TV show.
We'll take some more cameras on the plane and start from there.
I'm in. Live from Waikiki. I'm all in.
Live
Live from
Waikiki.
Waikiki.
We
You
may
know what?
never
If I
come
needed
back.
the motivation to get a vaccine, that might just be it.
Absolutely.
Everyone
you
needs
have
the
to, you have to
motivation.
do it.
Waikiki might be my why as to doing it.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it. That'll be the impetus to get you to do it.
Why? What's your why? Waikiki.
It's beautiful there.
All right, ready to wrap this up?
Waikiki.
Waikiki. Have a great weekend, Steve. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited for next week.
Thank you both. Look forward to it. And
Right.
drink Gubba rum.
Get
Gubba
your
Rum.
Gubba Rum weekend started. It starts today. My Mets are playing the Colorado Rockies, so I'll be drinking tonight around 10 o'clock.
Go Mets.
Yeah, go Mets. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then they go to Chicago. So I don't know if I have enough Gubba, but I'll see.
Thanks, Steve. Stay safe. Have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. We'll talk to you over the weekend.
Bye-bye.
Good stuff.
Ready to rock and roll?
I'm really happy to see Steve. I got to tell you. Because we've been, talking and communicating and working with him, and he's never left our side. Man of his word, never left our side. It's good to have him back. I think we should cut a cake and whatever the hell we didn't do with him for the whole year, just speed it up for Friday. Let's make it everything Gubba on next Friday.
Agreed, all in.
I think it's kind of cool.
Sounds good. All right, so everyone buckle up and get ready for next Friday because Steve Gubb will be in the house. We got the Florida Love Show coming up with Kenny Love coming to you at 3 o'clock here live at AMP2 Media Studios. We've got our after hours this evening and maybe a little surprise at 7 o'clock on WNN Radio. So,
you want a surprise? What's this
little surprise? I'm thinking maybe we share a little Bitcoin information tonight at 7.
I read ahead of you.
I figured.
I tell you, that show last night was dynamite, except he scared the crapola out of me.
Why?
Because he's 100% correct, and the gentleman that he had on the set is 100% correct. The stock market is blowing up at 34,000, and that's not the reason. It's not about the stock. It's about the devalue face of the dollar, and they're just trying to keep that dollar going because it's really, they're printing too much money is what it's come down to. So.
It's a great show, and it was really interesting because we talked last night. If you have $1, you should invest the dollar. It's not putting it in your mattress anymore. Things have changed since back when we used to think about things.
Yeah, you got to make it work. But check it out tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll put a replay of that show from last night. Great show. If you didn't hear it, you see it, you could do that. And you can still text him on Twitter and stuff to ask him questions.
And actually, his QR code is on the screen, so you can always get in touch with him with that.
Just pop it in there and ready to go. Good stuff.
All right, have a great weekend, everyone. Tune in today live for the Florida Love Show at 3 o'clock. Have a great weekend. I think it's going to rain, but it is beautiful, sunny South Florida. We'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time, and please be kind to each other.
And don't be late. We'll see you Monday.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that glaze across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and